Have you ever wondered why, at the same age, some people retain their vitality and closeness with their partner, while others seem to have lost it long ago? Perhaps you haven't voiced it, but deep down you feel a sense of emptiness during those quiet evenings. A hand held less often, a hesitant glance when lying side by side, no longer feeling as close as before. You might think, maybe I'm just too old. But what you don't know is that age isn't entirely to blame. The truth is, after 60, our bodies no longer produce hormones as abundantly as they once did. The circulatory system slows down, affecting everything, from daily energy to physical intimacy. The good news is that studies show a simple change in your dinner ingredients, yes, your everyday dinner, can reignite that connection. No pills, no complicated interventions, just natural foods proven to stimulate hormones, improve circulation, and gently balance emotions. Today, I'll share those ingredients, delicious foods that not only taste good, but also help you rediscover a part of yourself. A part you thought was lost to time, but is merely waiting to be awakened the right way. Stay with me, because in just a few minutes, you'll see that intimate health isn't out of reach. And the third dish might surprise you. It's still there, waiting for you to choose the right addition to tonight's dinner. I'm Dr. Harold Gaines, and for over 40 years, I've worked with thousands of older patients, not just to treat illnesses, but to listen. One thing I've learned is that issues related to sexual health in later years often go unspoken, not because they're unimportant, but because they're deeply personal and sensitive. Many carry these concerns in silence, berating themselves or thinking, I'm too old to care about this anymore. But I always tell my patients, intimate emotions are a natural, valid part of being human, whether you're 30, 60, or 85. Caring about it means you're still living fully. In this video, I'm not offering expensive solutions or asking you to overhaul your life. I'll share as a companion, grounded in science, real patient experiences, and absolute respect for your body and emotions. I believe that with the right information and approach, older adults can actively improve their physical health without shame or pressure. So, if you're ready, let's start with the smallest step, tonight's dinner. 1. Cooked tomatoes, boosting blood flow, enhancing physical sensitivity. If you've ever prepared dinner for your family, tomatoes are likely a familiar ingredient. A ripe, juicy tomato, sliced in half and simmered with some onion and olive oil, transforms into a fragrant, light soup. They're a staple in many American meals, from pasta sauce to stews to morning fried eggs. But what you may not know is that when cooked, tomatoes become more than just tasty. They turn into a natural remedy for boosting vitality in later years. Why is that? Ripe tomatoes contain lycopene, a powerful antioxidant that supports heart health and, crucially, improves blood flow to reproductive organs. However, lycopene in raw tomatoes is hard to absorb. Cooking them with a bit of oil awakens it, making it far more bioavailable. Studies from Harvard have shown that blood lycopene levels can rise 2 to 3 times higher from cooked tomatoes compared to raw ones, which is vital since good circulation is key to male potency and female responsiveness. I once had a patient, Richard, 68, who came to me because he no longer felt enthusiastic about intimacy with his wife. He said everything else was fine, but it was sighed like an engine that hadn't started in a while. After a thorough checkup, I found no major issues. His blood pressure was stable, his heart was well managed, but there were signs of sluggish circulation. When I asked about his diet, I learned he rarely ate vegetables, especially red or orange ones. I suggested a simple change. Add tomato soup with olive oil to dinner 3 or 4 times a week. 2 weeks later, he returned with a different smile, saying, "Happy, I don't talk about this with anyone, but I feel a clear change. Healthier, lighter, and closer to my wife." That phrase, "closer to my wife," stuck with me, as it spoke not just to physical health, but to the subtle connection between two people who've shared decades together. You can start simply. Here are a few easy ways to incorporate cooked tomatoes into your dinner without much effort. First, a smooth tomato soup. Sauté onions lightly, add chopped ripe tomatoes, season with salt and pepper, simmer for 15 minutes, then blend. If desired, stir in a tablespoon of olive oil after cooking to boost lycopene absorption. Or try a fresher approach, a tomato sauce for eggs or fish. Simmer a simple sauce with garlic and black pepper, then drizzle over soft-boiled eggs or steamed fish. It's light and vitality boosting. Another option is roasted tomatoes. Halve tomatoes, sprinkle with oregano, drizzle with olive oil, and roast at low heat for 15 minutes. Serve with whole grain bread or a salad. A small tip: if using canned tomatoes, choose ones without added sugar and heat them before use. Cherry tomatoes, when cooked, are also rich in lycopene. Some worry that tomatoes may cause heartburn, especially at dinner, which can be true for those with sensitive stomachs. So if you're prone to reflux, eat cooked tomatoes early in the meal and avoid pairing them with greasy foods. When used correctly, tomatoes are a golden food for older adults, not only for heart health and reducing inflammation, but also for rekindling the natural flow of intimate emotions. If you're looking for a small, safe, easy change, cooked tomatoes are the first step. No fanfare, no lofty expectations, but with regular use, you'll feel a shift from within, from your heartbeat to your sleep, to the glances shared at day's end. Thoughtful. Have you ever tried this dish? Best of all, tomatoes don't work alone. In the next section, I'll share another familiar ingredient, likely already in your kitchen, that contains a potent compound to enhance blood flow and heighten your body's response to intimate emotions. Join me as we move to part 2, roasted garlic and the secret of allicin. Roasted garlic, a natural vasodilator, preparing the body for intimacy. Garlic is one of the oldest ingredients used by humans as a natural tonic. A small bulb, roasted for a few minutes, fills the kitchen with a distinctive aroma, warm, robust and comforting, evoking a sense of familiarity. It's a staple in every kitchen, from roasted chicken to vegetable soups, to garlic butter spread on bread for chilly evening meals. Beneath its unassuming skin, garlic harbors a remarkable compound that greatly supports vitality in later years: allicin. Formed when fresh garlic is crushed and exposed to air, allicin retains much of its potency, even when lightly roasted or cooked. This compound acts as a natural vasodilator, improving blood flow throughout the body, including to reproductive organs. Better circulation enhances male potency and female sensitivity, not through sudden drug-like stimulation, but through a gentle, sustained revival suited to the natural rhythm of aging. I recall counseling Diane, 71, a few years ago. Thoughtful. She visited not for a specific ailment, but a general sense. My body feels sluggish. I don't feel close anymore. The spark for intimacy with my husband is gone, even though he's always gentle. She wasn't on medication and had no significant health issues. When I asked about her dinner habits, she described a typical meal. Low carbs, steamed veggies, chicken, and no heavy spices. I suggested a simple addition: roasted garlic, 3 to 4 times a week, soft and aromatic, easy to digest. 2 months later, she returned with a jar of garlic-infused oil. Happy. "This is for you, doctor. My husband says I smile more at night. I'm not sure if it's the garlic or something else, but I feel my body waking up again." For older adults, garlic needs slight adjustments to avoid stomach irritation. Here are a few gentle ways to use roasted garlic. First, whole roasted garlic. Slice the top off a bulb, drizzle with olive oil, wrap in foil, and roast at 180 degrees Celsius for 20–25 minutes. It becomes buttery, mildly fragrant, and no longer sharp, perfect with whole grain bread, salads, or blended into soups. Second, steamed or lightly pan-seared garlic. If roasting isn't an option, steam whole cloves for 10 minutes. The flavor softens, and beneficial compounds remain. A tip I share with patients: if crushing garlic, Let it sit for 10 minutes before cooking to maximize allicin formation. For sensitive stomachs, pair garlic with a light starchy dish or soft vegetables to neutralize acidity. Beyond improving circulation, garlic gently lowers blood pressure, reduces bad cholesterol, and fights inflammation naturally. These factors are closely tied to sexual health. A body with less inflammation, stable blood pressure, and good circulation responds more strongly to intimate emotions. Many patients also report that regular roasted garlic improves sleep and calms their mood, partly because it subtly stabilizes hormones, especially in older adults. I tell my patients, garlic is a small spice with quiet power. It won't transform you overnight, but with consistency, it helps your body recall familiar signals: warmth, connection, the silent vitality between two people who've shared a lifetime. Thoughtful, if you've already added tomatoes to your dinner. A few roasted garlic cloves not only enrich the meal, but also amplify natural blood flow. Remarkably, these two humble ingredients, when combined, can rekindle vitality that seemed lost to age. But the journey doesn't end here. Excited. Another food, rich in nutrients and potent in balancing hormones and boosting sexual energy for both men and women, awaits. It's familiar, easy to prepare, and recommended regularly for those over 60. Join me for the next part, pan-seared salmon, a source of fatty acids that naturally awaken testosterone. 3. Pan-seared salmon. Boosting testosterone, restoring vitality in later years. Salmon is one of those foods that, when served on your plate, feels like a genuine act of self-care. Its tender, pale orange flesh is mild, easy to cook, and easy to eat, especially for older adults. You don't need to be a professional chef to prepare a simple, pan-seared salmon with a touch of lemon, a sprinkle of pepper, and some steamed vegetables on the side. What makes salmon special goes beyond its flavor. It's one of the most powerful natural sources of nutrition for supporting sexual health after 60. Vitality stems from 3 key factors: sex hormones, mood, and circulation, and salmon positively impacts all 3. Rich in omega-3 fatty acids, a healthy fat, salmon reduces inflammation, enhances blood vessel elasticity, and promotes circulation. For men, this is crucial for naturally improving erectile quality without straining the cardiovascular system. For women, omega-3 increases sensitivity, eases vaginal dryness, and stabilizes mood during hormonal fluctuations. Additionally, salmon provides zinc and vitamin D, essential for testosterone and estrogen production, the foundational hormones of sexual health. After 60, the body produces less of these hormones, but with the right nutritional input from food, it can gently regulate them naturally. I recall Carl, a 74-year-old retired postal worker who came to me feeling out of gas, with no interest in intimacy despite deeply loving his wife. Thoughtful. He said, "I'm not sad or stressed, I just don't feel anything." After ruling out medical issues, I suggested he include salmon in his diet at least twice a week. 5 weeks later, he returned, a mix of sheepishness and joy on his face. We went to the lake for the weekend. Nothing dramatic, but I felt like myself from 10 years ago. Surprised. His words showed me that salmon doesn't just provide nutrients, it reawakens dormant emotions. For an easy recipe suited for older adults, rinse a salmon fillet and pat dry. Lightly season with salt, black pepper, and a few drops of lemon juice. Heat a non-stick pan with a little olive or canola oil, then sear the salmon for 2 to 3 minutes per side, depending on thickness. It doesn't need to be overcooked, just cooked through to retain nutrients and flavor. Serve with soft-boiled vegetables like broccoli, carrots, or steamed pumpkin for a light, heart-healthy, hormone-supporting dinner. A small tip: marinate the salmon in the morning and refrigerate. At night, just sear and serve. If oil is a concern, wrap it in foil and bake for a fragrant, delicious alternative. Canned salmon is a budget-friendly option. Choose low-sodium versions and pair with fresh foods for balance. Beyond omega-3 and zinc, salmon contains tryptophan, an amino acid that supports serotonin production, a neurotransmitter that promotes relaxation, better sleep, and a positive mood. This is vital, as many over 60 feel a loss of spark not from physical limitations, but from stress, anxiety, or sleep issues. Salmon uniquely nurtures both body and emotions, helping rekindle the subtle connection between partners who've shared years together without relying on pills. The effects don't happen overnight, but regular salmon dinners give your body a gentle, natural chance to recover. If meals are a way to show love for your partner, salmon is a gift that nurtures closeness that may feel distant. You might wonder, is there a simpler food requiring less cooking that still supports sexual health? The answer is yes. In the next section, I'll introduce a familiar ingredient, a soft-boiled egg. Beneath its humble shell lies a surprising source of nutrition that quietly balances hormones and enhances emotions. Join me for part 4, soft-boiled eggs, small, easy to digest, yet brimming with vitality. 4. Soft-boiled eggs, balancing hormones, enhancing intimate emotions. Eggs are among the simplest foods found in every kitchen. A small pot of water and a few minutes of boiling yield a soft-boiled egg. Golden yolk, creamy white, subtly fragrant and easy to digest. For older adults, soft-boiled eggs are not just an easy dish, but a quiet gift for hormonal and sexual health. Each small egg is packed with nutrients the body craves after 60, but often lacks unknowingly. Eggs contain essential amino acids, vitamin D, choline, and beneficial cholesterol, 3 foundational elements for naturally producing sex hormones. After 60, testosterone in men and estrogen in women decline sharply, and without the right, raw materials, the body struggles, leading to fatigue, reduced desire, restless sleep, and a sense of distance in relationships. With the right nutrients, provided gently and consistently, the body can maintain hormonal balance. No drugs needed, just foods like soft-boiled eggs. Some worry about cholesterol in eggs, but that concern is outdated. Recent studies show that dietary cholesterol, especially from eggs, doesn't raise bad cholesterol if eaten in moderation. In fact, 1 egg daily can improve insulin sensitivity, boost energy, and naturally elevate sex hormone levels. I once treated a couple in their 70s, the Lewises, both healthy, but feeling a loss of closeness despite their deep love. Mrs. Lewis shared that she didn't expect grand gestures, just a gentle touch, a warm glance, or the comfort of lying close. Their meals were light, bread, fruit, or thin soup, so I suggested adding a soft-boiled egg to dinner 3 times a week. Simple and easy to digest. Over a month later, Mr. Lewis said with quiet emotion, "I don't know if it's the eggs or my wife cooking them each night, but I feel awakened again." That story showed me eggs offer more than nutrition. They're a delicate bridge to reconnecting 2 souls who've shared a lifetime. For older adults, preparing eggs requires care for digestion. Boil them to a soft stage, yolk slightly runny, not hard, to ease digestion while retaining nutrients. Pair with steamed vegetables, oatmeal, or mash with avocado and spread on whole grain bread. A tip, if you're prone to bloating, add fresh ginger or black pepper to side dishes to support digestion. Beyond vitamin D and choline, eggs contain tryptophan, which produces serotonin to regulate mood and improve sleep. Deep sleep and balanced hormones lay the foundation for rekindling intimacy that many over 60 feel has faded. Eggs aren't a one-day miracle, but with regular use and care for yourself, they spark a gentle yet real shift. You feel more alive, more emotional, and more open with your partner. After a light dinner with salmon and a soft-boiled egg, your body gains essential nutrients to restore vitality. But there's one more element to share, something seemingly ordinary: water. Not plain water, but a special juice, scientifically proven to boost nitric oxide naturally, relaxing blood vessels, gently enhancing excitement, and helping older adults feel alive again. Huckles. In the next section, we'll explore this simple drink, pure pomegranate juice, a sweet gift for intimate health after 60. 5. Pomegranate juice, boosting nitric oxide, gently rekindling excitement. Pomegranates are a fruit of unique beauty, a tough outer shell hiding jewel-like, ruby-red seeds bursting with juice. This contrast makes them captivating, not just visually, but for health. For older adults, a daily glass of pure pomegranate juice is more than a healthy habit. It's a gentle way to awaken circulation and support intimate emotions naturally and accessibly. Many view fruit juice as merely a vitamin source, but pomegranate juice goes further. Recent medical studies confirm it significantly boosts nitric oxide, a compound that widens blood vessels, ensuring strong, stable blood flow. For men, this is vital, as erectile function relies heavily on adequate blood delivery to tissues. For women, enhanced circulation improves sensitivity and responsiveness during intimacy. Pomegranate juice also contains polyphenols, powerful antioxidants that reduce systemic inflammation, balance hormones, and support the pituitary gland, which regulates the endocrine system. I once met Marcia, a 66-year-old retired teacher who woke up fatigued, lacked interest in activities, and sometimes felt disconnected from her own body. During our consultation, I asked about her diet and fluid intake. She drank little water and avoided fruit due to weak teeth and disliking hard foods. I suggested a small change. Each evening, replace plain water with a 120 ml glass of pure pomegranate juice, diluted if preferred, or with thin ginger slices for easier digestion. Nearly 2 months later, she returned, happy, saying, "I feel more alert, I sleep better, wake up less sluggish, and I'm starting to feel thoughtful, drawn to my husband again." The change came not from a pill or grand effort, but from a small glass. A reminder that the body can still connect, feel, and love. You've now joined me through 5 simple, yet powerful foods and drinks, each contributing to sexual health, naturally, gently, and safely. You might wonder, thoughtful, can these 5 foods really make a noticeable difference on their own? The answer lies in how you combine and sustain them. In the final section, we'll review the bigger picture, how small dinner changes from cooked tomatoes, roasted garlic, salmon, soft-boiled eggs to pomegranate juice can reawaken vitality that seemed dormant, and how to apply them daily. Join me for the conclusion, where we connect all we've shared into a complete, hopeful vision. When we talk about sexual health after 60, many think of decline, loss, or things long gone, but the reality is different. Your body, even after 6 or 7 decades, still holds the capacity to recover, connect, and feel. The issue isn't age, but how you engage with your body daily. Through these sections, you've seen that no drugs or complex therapies are needed. Just start with dinner, the most familiar, accessible thing to change. A bowl of cooked tomatoes boosts blood flow. A few roasted garlic cloves spark biological responses. A piece of pan-seared salmon supplies essential hormones. A soft-boiled egg balances the endocrine system. And a glass of pomegranate juice ends the day with relaxation and ease. These aren't mere tips, but science-backed nutritional choices tailored to the aging body's rhythm. Sexual health in later years isn't over. It's a smoldering flame needing the right conditions to flare again, gently, deeply, and humanly. I hope this video gives you not just dinner ideas, but renewed belief. You deserve to feel, to be close, to live fully every day. Love, at any age, begins with care, first for yourself. If you found this helpful, share it with loved ones. As sexual health is something everyone deserves, at any age, many over 60 quietly seek closeness and connection, but don't know where to start. You could spark their hope. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more insights, all crafted for those over 60 with a scientific, gentle, and respectful perspective. Before you go, I'd love to hear, which of these 5 foods have you tried? Or which are you ready to add to tonight's dinner? Leave a comment. I always read and value your thoughts.